Hello, Astro amigos. Welcome back to Astrology with Ninad. The end of the year is finally approaching. In this video, I am going to discuss the monthly horoscope detailed prediction for the month of November 2025. Yes, it has been quite a roller coaster of a year, very turbulent due to the natural aggressive energy of planet Mars, which rules the number 9. And as 2025 adds up to 9, Mars definitely has a huge influence on this year. But finally, we are approaching the finish line. And in this video, I will give the detailed monthly prediction for all the 12 signs, starting from Aries all the way up to Pisces. My predictions are mainly based on your ascendant or moon sign, so you can watch according to those. I provide the timestamps in the description box below for your convenience, so you can click on the time that corresponds to your ascendant and moon sign and watch accordingly. So before we dive into the prediction part, let me take a few minutes to tell you the exact planetary placement and alignment that is going to take place in the month of November. Starting with the king of planets, Sun. For the first 2 weeks, it will be in debilitation in the sign of Libra. In the last 2 weeks, it will be transiting in the sign of Scorpio. If we move on to Mars, Mars will be pretty much all month long in its own sign of Scorpio. So very comfortably placed. Mercury, the planet of communication, will be moving this month. It will be placed mainly in the sign of Scorpio till about the 23rd of November, but then it will move backwards to the sign of Libra and will transit there in a retrograde manner. Jupiter, as we know, has recently entered the exaltation sign of Cancer, so it will keep transiting there all month long. Venus will be, for the most part of the month, transiting in its own Mool Trikon sign, Libra, but towards the end, on the 26th of November, it will transit to the next sign of Scorpio. Saturn will be transiting all month long in the sign of Pisces. Rahu, the north node of the moon, will be transiting all month long in the sign of Aquarius, whereas Ketu, the south node of the moon, will be transiting all month long in the sign of Leo. That finally leaves us with the planet Moon. But it is hard to pinpoint Moon's exact position because it moves so fast that it will change the constellation every 2 to 3 days as the month progresses. So these are the placement and positioning of all the Navagraha. And with that said, let's get started with the prediction part for all the 12 zodiac signs. For my Aries Mesh Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, your career lord Saturn is itself transiting in the 12th house. Not the best placement because 12th house, no matter what, it is a malefic house. It is a Dustana. But the good news is the saving grace is that Jupiter is now exalted in your 4th house, from where it will directly aspect the 10th house. So naturally, that grants you the divine protection of Devguru Brihaspati. The blessings will be there in your career and professional life. Some great opportunities can start to open up. Some progression can be there. But it can be more so applicable for those people who are residing abroad, who are in a foreign country, or who are thinking of relocating to a foreign country for work. Because the energy itself of the 10th Lord is in the 12th house, which is connected to foreign lands, overseas, permanent immigration. So if you are already employed with a company abroad, you are living overseas, then even chances of your visa related issues, permanent residency, those type of things can accelerate during this time. Because Your ninth lord itself is Jupiter, controlling. Again, ninth house is also connected to long distance foreign lands. It is the house of travel. It is the house of fortune, bhagya, destiny. So Jupiter will be quite strong here and providing you good support for career related progression, acceleration in foreign related matters. Even if you're in your home country, you will still do well, better than what you've been doing before, because again, Jupiter's beneficial aspect will always try to help and reduce any sort of issues that might be prevailing. If we talk about business, then overall, the business area is going to be quite supportive, quite profitable for business ventures, activities, partnerships till about the 25th of November. The first 24, 25 days are looking to be very good for business area. In the last several days or so, be a bit more cautious, take it a bit more easy when Venus moves to the eighth house in the sign of Scorpio. That is the time you need to kind of take your foot off the gas pedal and you need to just be very diligent in taking important business related decisions, especially financial ones. If I talk about finance, then overall your financial scenario is looking to be quite good this month, especially the first 3 weeks or so. Your wealth lord Venus will again be transiting more or less in its own Mool Trikona Libra. So that will help to strengthen your gains, ability to generate wealth, grow and build up your savings, and again profits and revenues through your business, through your self venture is also seen. And in the last week or so, there can be some sudden unexpected expenses, or it can be sudden unexpected losses as well. So be a bit alert, after the 25th of November. If I talk about love life, then overall the first, you can say the first 2 weeks are the worst for love life and relationship area, because your fifth lord itself will be in debilitation, which is sun, and Ketu is also in the fifth house, which doesn't help either. So the first 2 weeks definitely a no go. The last 2 weeks, again, not the most ideal either, because sun will be in the eighth house. It will be in conjunction with Mars, Mercury, and then Venus will also later join. So best to kind of do your own thing this month, and be a bit more patient for sun to transit to the ninth house. Then things will get a whole lot better in the area of romance and love and those sort of things. For those couples already in a relationship, there can be ups and downs. There can be chances of sudden breaks, potential alienation, distance that you might feel. So you will just need to work those things out, compromise, and try to be on the same page together to, control or reduce any sort of misunderstandings, arguments, and quarrels. In terms of marriage area, for those people actually wanting to get married, the first 3 weeks are phenomenal, because your marriage lord Venus is itself going to be in the seventh house of marriage. So largely supported marriage activities, marriage events. If you're not getting the right kind of proposals, alliances, finally, those can start to come your way. So be proactive, keep yourself open to opportunities, and there is a good chance you might meet the right match this month. So definitely good time for marriage related matters. And if your natal chart Mahadasha Bhukti, everything supports, then strong chance of people getting married this month. Those couples already married, you're going to experience a lot of bliss, harmony, love, romance, passion in your married life. So enjoy to the fullest. But after the 25th, 26th of November, there can be some potential misunderstandings that can crop up, some pending issues that might need attention to be resolved. So you will need to focus on that. If I talk about education, in terms of primary education for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is looking excellent. Now Jupiter's entered your fourth house, the planet itself of knowledge, wisdom, learning. So sky's the limit. In terms of higher education, such as those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is again excellent because here your ninth lord is again Jupiter becoming exalted, so very powerful enough to give you great results as far as your academic ventures are considered. Just try not to get into any sort of unnecessary arguments, disputes, quarrels with your classmates, with your professors, with any sort of authority figures. Try to avoid that. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is not really looking that great this month. If you can avoid doing too much of short distance travel, if you have the ability to work remotely or hybrid, then it will be better for you. If I talk about long distance travel journey vacation, the time is looking quite good and supportive throughout the month. So if you need to go on a vacation abroad, you need to go on a religious or a spiritual retreat, or meeting with your relatives, or whatever it might be, family reunion, it is a good time for that. If I talk about children, so in terms of progeny area, for those women looking to conceive, who are desiring a child, this month is not ideal. It is not supportive at all. So do not expect any auspicious results because the fifth lord is not going to be well placed. You will need to be patient and wait for a better time. For those people already having children, the relationship can go through some challenges this month. So be on guard, avoid letting any unnecessary misunderstandings get in the way. Keep communication lines open, keep transparency in communication, and hopefully things don't escalate in a problematic way. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Aries Mesh Rashi friends, and I hope you have a great month of November. For my Taurus Vrishabha Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. Well, your career Lord Saturn is well placed throughout the month because it is in the 11th house. So naturally, gains, desires can slowly get fulfilled, your ambitions. So you should definitely work towards that. Rahu is in your career house itself. Again, a good placement because it is in the sign of Aquarius, which it is known to co-rule. Rahu is an air planet. Aquarius is an air sign. So the elements also match. So again, good placement, no doubt. But the problematic part here is Mars from the seventh house will be aspecting Rahu with its fourth aspect, creating a sort of Angarak Yoga. So this month, you should avoid taking any impulsive, hasty career related decisions. Think things through twice, thrice, consult with your elders, with your trusted people, and then only make any important career related decisions. If you can avoid doing those, avoid taking those decisions at all this month, it will be in your favor. Just try to stick with the status quo, keep working hard, stay focused, and you will steer clear away from trouble. If you have to take any important decision, then I will say again, consult your natal chart, look at it, check the Dasha Bhukti, and if you're running a favorable Dasha Bhukti, then only it is wise to take a decision. Otherwise, best to just stick with the status quo, as I said before, because this aspect of Mars on Rahu on the 10th house is not ideal for job related changes. But if you are searching for a new job, then it can be a good time because Mars can give you that drive, that energy to give those interviews. And, with Rahu in the 10th, Rahu has a power to attract, to charm, right? A lot of charisma there. So this combination can be good in a way for you to take up a dynamic job. As in, if you are unemployed, you go give interviews for any type of, very dynamic job, which is maybe sales or travel oriented, or it can be a very high leadership position, or maybe in IT or technical field, then it can be good for you. If I talk about business, then overall, a good time for business area. This month is looking quite supportive because here you have Mars controlling the business house, transiting in the business house itself, with Jupiter now aspecting the business house and the Bhagyastan. So, good growth progress is seen on the business front. So, make the most of this time. Network, 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 travel, go attend seminars, events, conferences, learn as much as you can about your competitive marketplace. And that way you can up your skills even further. If I talk about finance, then overall, the financial area is looking good for the most part. Especially, you can say for the first 3 weeks, the finances are looking good. Again, it can come mainly through your business, through your self venture, through your revenues and profits that you generate in your business activities. It could possibly also come through any sort of real estate dealings, home sale, vehicle sale. But in the last several days, there can be some sudden unexpected financial dealings that can crop up. It can be related to some debts that you might think of paying off. It can be some unexpected bills that might come your way. So be prepared for that. But overall, a decent month for finances if you utilize good money management techniques. If I talk about health, then overall for health area, it is a good month in the sense that your energy will definitely be focused towards, you know, making sure your health is a priority, because your ascendant lord itself will be transiting for a major part of the month in the 6th house. So it is the best month for you to really make any modifications to your diet, to your fitness regime, or do anything else that needs to be done in order for you to be 100% fighting fit. If I talk about love life, for those single people wanting to get into a relationship, this can be a good month for in the first 3 weeks. When your fifth lord is in the 7th house, you will become very serious about finding someone with the intention of hopefully marrying that person down the road. So open up yourself to that. It is a good time. For those couples already in a relationship, you can get very serious around this time and think of taking your relationship to the next level and even getting married. So that is certainly a possibility. For marriage area, for those people actually wanting to get married, the time is good. This month it is very, very supportive, very auspicious, because the seventh lord Mars is itself transiting in the seventh lord. Jupiter's aspect is on the seventh lord and seventh house as well. So if you're running the right kind of dasha bhukti, then lo and behold, marriage is on the cards for you. And it is a great time to get married this month. Of course, check your natal chart to verify that. For those couples already married, a lot of passion, love, romance, pleasure is seen in your married life. So enjoy it, because this month is looking to be very much potent. Like, you will have a very nice time with your spouse. And go out, go on some adventures, go travel, take a vacation. It will be good for your married life. If I talk about education, for primary education students, for those pursuing, bachelor's high school, the time for the first 2 weeks is not good at all. Avoid anything unethical. Do not cheat on your exams or do not do anything of that sort, or you will get in trouble. In the last 2 weeks, things will get a whole lot better. The time will become more auspicious for your academic pursuits. In terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking very good now. Jupiter's aspect will be there on the ninth house and on the ninth lord as well, which means that you will make excellent academic progress. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking very fruitful. A lot of good opportunities for short distance local travel will be there. So, go for it. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the time is also looking quite viable and suitable for that. So you can embark on the same. Finally, children. For those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have children, the first 3 weeks are looking fruitful for that. From a general perspective, again, you need to check your natal chart and see if it actually supports the progeny area. But the first 3 weeks are looking good for that. For those people already having children, the first 3 weeks are going to be, for the most part, joyous, enjoyable, good relationship, good rapport with your children. The last week or so can see some arguments, potential disputes, quarrels. So be watchful of that. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Taurus Vrishabha Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Gemini Mithun Rashi friends, let's talk about your career area first. Finally, a good relief for you because your career lord Jupiter is now transiting in the second house in exaltation, from where it will aspect its own house of career with its ninth drishti, and that will also fall on Saturn. So, major changes can happen around this time, whether it is related to switching to a new job, getting a job with a much better salary, benefits package, the type of position that you are desiring. It can mean if you are unemployed, then you are getting a brand new job with a desired salary and benefits package. It can mean a job transfer to a different location, any sort of job changes, career related decisions, and professionally, it will work in your favor now. Like anything that will happen should happen for the best due to this auspicious transit of Jupiter, due to its auspicious drishti on Saturn on the 10th house. Things should now open up for you. Opportunities should start to line up. So be on guard. If you really come across a great opportunity, capitalize on that. Go for it. This is the time to prove your worth. People will start to admire you now. They will start to notice the amount of effort, hard work you have been putting in. Your bosses, your colleagues, your subordinates, you will start to gain more respect, more attention, and definitely the credit, rewards, and recognition for the hard work you have been doing. So, a great time professionally is seen now. If I talk about business, then overall, phenomenal time for business area. Lot of gains, profits, increase in revenues is seen. So financially, businesses will start to do a whole lot better. But if you are in a business partnership with someone, there can be some ups and downs in the relationship with them. So, tread those waters carefully because business partnership can go through some turbulent times. If I talk about finance, then overall, the financial area is looking solid now because you literally have your career lord now exalted in the wealth house, in the Dhanastan. So naturally, There is a chance of a bonus, promotion, significant salary increment. Your savings will start to grow. You will start to feel more financially stable than ever before. Financially, a very, very solid month is seen, because even your 11th Lord Mars will be transiting all month long in the Artha house, which is the sixth house, and that too in its own sign of Scorpio. So, great month financially. If I talk about health wise, it is going to be good for you, because again, your sixth lord is transiting in the sixth house, which will help to ward off diseases, improve your immunity, give you more vitality. It will make you feel more robust, because even your ascendant lord will be in the sixth house. So your focus will be towards how you can improve your health, how you can recover from any health issues, how you can become fighting fit. So, a good time for basically coming out of health issues and becoming very fit. If I talk about love life, one of the best months for love and romance area, because your fifth lord will now be transiting pretty much, till the 26th in the fifth house itself, which is Venus. So, plethora of opportunities for single people to connect with potential matches and to even get into a relationship. Those couples already in a relationship, the time is going to be amazing. You're going to enjoy your love, romance, passion, sensuality with your partner. And there can be some nice exchange of gifts, surprises, and just overall a lot of joy and happiness is seen on the cards, at least for the first 24-25 days. In the last several days, there can be some slight arguments, quarrels that you might have to go through, because Venus will transit in the sixth house, which is a malefic house, and it will also be with the fire planets Sun and Mars. So, a lot of fire energy will be activated. If I talk about marriage for those people wanting to get married, overall the time is looking good. It is your seventh house is not under affliction. Saturn is aspecting it. But if you are serious about marriage, you are ready to take on the responsibility, you are practical, then, lo and behold, you can come across some good potential matches where, or alliances or proposals where if you get married, it can be for the long haul. So if you're ready for a serious, relationship, as in a marriage, then the time is good for you, especially even if you are running a good favorable dasha bhukti, then it is a green signal all the way. For those couples already married, a good time for the most part. Just do not let some minor misunderstandings create bigger issues. Any pending issues, resolve those at the earliest. Do not let things blow out of proportion where it doesn't need to. So overall, if you both compromise, you truly care, respect each other, then you're going to have a very good married life. Although there will be an added sense of responsibility you will feel due to the effect of Saturn on the seventh house. And it could mean that you might think of having a child, you might think of buying a house together. Just an added sense of duty and responsibility will be there. Education, in terms of primary education for those students pursuing bachelor's and high school, the time will be very tough, as in very competitive. So if you are not a competitive type of person, then it can be a bit of a difficult time for you. But if you enjoy competition, if you like to compete, this can be one of the best times for that. If I talk about higher education for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking to be fruitful, in the sense that if you are willing to really focus and harness your energy in your studies, in your research, in your academic ventures, then you can do good, but you will need to be very, very focused. Otherwise, the aspect of Mars on Rahu on the ninth house can create sort of Angarak Yoga, which is basically all sorts of distraction, your energy not being controlled, not being channeled in the right way, just scattered all over the place. So do some yoga, meditation, pranayam. It will be good for you. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is not looking good at all throughout the month. So if you can refrain from a lot of local short distance traveling, it will be better for you. In terms of long distance travel journey vacation, again, not the best month for that either. So if you can restrict yourself as much as you can for long distance travel, it will be ideal, because Mars aspect on Rahu on the ninth house is not ideal for that. Children, in terms of progeny area, for those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have children, from a general perspective, one of the best times, because the fifth lord is transiting in the fifth house itself till at least the 25th of November. So, great time till then for the progeny area. But of course, make sure to check your natal chart and verify how much your own natal chart supports the progeny area. For those people already having children, your relationship with them will be excellent. A lot of joy, happiness will be derived from your children, and the first 3 weeks will be extremely fruitful. For the last 4 or 5 days, there can be some slight arguments, some slight misunderstandings here and there. So be watchful of that. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Gemini Mithun Rashi friends, and I hope you have a great month of November. For my Cancer Karka Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first this month. Well, it is going to be an excellent month for you. Reason being, first of all, your career lord, the ruler of your career house, Mars, which is also Yoga Karaka planet for you, will be transiting all month long in the fifth house, which is a trine house, and that too in its own sign of Scorpio. So naturally, it will be very comfortably placed, very happy to give you phenomenal results. On top of that, your 11th Lord Venus will also pretty much be aspecting your 10th house of career. So this means that, there is a lot of growth progress seen this month. If you're employed in a good company, chance of getting a promotion, bonus, salary increment is definitely there. If you're thinking of, a job transfer, it can certainly play out for you. If you're unemployed, chance of getting an amazing job with a great salary and benefits package is also a strong possibility. Basically, the sky is the limit now as to how much you can progress in your career, because the stars are aligning in a very favorable way. Even Jupiter is now exalted in your lagna, in your ascendant, and it is aspecting the Bhagyasthan, the house of fortune, which is its own sign, own house of Pisces, and Saturn as well. So even your eighth lord will be under control. So basically, no unexpected events should happen. So overall, a great time professionally is seen. A lot of respect will be attained. You will start to command attention. Your charisma will be through the roof. People will come to you seeking advice, counsel, because you will be filled with a lot of wisdom, knowledge, and the blessings of Jupiter will be in abundance in your life. If I talk about business area, then overall the business area is now going to start to pick up in a favorable way, because your business lord Saturn will be now under the influence of Jupiter. So this is a great time, right, for you to explore new opportunities, look at potential business partnerships, look at potential business deals where you need to focus on. That is where, Jupiter can really guide you now. So a great time for the business front, and so try to make the most of it. If I talk about finance, overall the the inflow of wealth will be very strong this month. As I said, chance of bonus, promotion, salary increment, profits through, your business activities, revenues increasing can be there. But at the same time, the ability to convert that inflow of wealth to savings, to increase your savings, might be tough in the first 2 weeks, but will gradually improve from the 16th of November. So just in the first 2 weeks, there can be some expenses, there can be some spending related to even things you enjoy, you desire. It doesn't have to be for anything negative. But know that for the first 2 weeks, the ability to grow your savings will be a bit tough. But overall, financially, things will keep improving as the month progresses. If I talk about health area, then overall it is looking to be very good for you health wise, because although the sixth lord is exalted in your lagna, it can give you the wisdom, the knowledge, and the right tools and techniques to be able to recover from health issues, to be able to, achieve your fitness goals, and to basically give you the correct guidance to really focus on things that are important for you to maximize your health potential in a positive way. Just avoid eating too much sugary or fatty food and you will do fine. If I talk about love life, in terms of single people wanting to, find a match, this month is looking great because again, your fifth lord is transiting in the fifth house. Jupiter's aspect will be on it. So one of the best months actually to find a potential match. For those couples already in a relationship, it is going to be filled with a lot of passion, lot of love, happiness, communication. So overall, a great time is foreseen. If I talk about marriage for single people or those people who are desiring to actually settle down, wanting to get married, now you will start to find the right kind of proposals for you, which might even unlock your destiny. Because your destiny lord Jupiter itself is aspecting directly the house of marriage and the seventh lord Saturn itself. So, great time for opening up yourself to more proposals, alliances, as you might finally meet your soulmate. For those couples already married, an excellent time is seen in your married life. Any sort of misunderstandings can be resolved. Any pending issues can certainly be resolved during this time. So, compromise, make things work because Jupiter is here giving you the blessings to fill your marriage with a lot of love, happiness, and mutual respect for one another. If I talk about education, in terms of primary education for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, a wonderful month for your studies. You will make excellent progress this month as long as you are willing to stay focused and put in the hard work and effort. In terms of higher education, for those students pursuing, PhD, master's program, postdoc, a wonderful time because Jupiter itself will be now aspecting the ninth house and Saturn. So, a beautiful time for higher education progression. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking to be mostly good. You can say till at least the 22nd, 23rd of the month, the first 3 weeks. Then be a bit more careful in relation to long distance or short distance travel. In terms of long distance travel journey vacation, the time is excellent throughout the month, so you can certainly embark on the same. If I talk about children, in terms of progeny area, for those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have a child, the time is great this month. From a general perspective, the time is looking very solid for the progeny area. Again, make sure to check your natal chart to verify the accuracy because finally natal chart is king, right? Your birth chart, your fifth house, your fifth lord, your dasha, bhukti, the placements of these planets, the nakshatra placements, degree wise placements, the constellations they are placed in, all these things come into play. For those people already having children, it will be a great month for you to, go on some outings with them, hiking, adventures, playing some sports, go on some picnics. It is a great time for you to really increase your bonding with your children. And it is very auspicious for the same. So I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Cancer Karka Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Leo Simha Rashi friend, let's start with your career area first. Well, this month, your career Lord Venus is going to be quite well placed throughout the month. First, in its own Mool Trikona Libra, and then it will eventually transit to the fourth house of Scorpio, and from where it will directly aspect the career house itself. Sun, Mercury, and Mars will also be aspecting the career house with their powerful drishtis, especially of Sun and Mars. So, a very, very growth oriented month this can be for your career area, for your professional life. It can be a month to remember because you literally have Sun and Mars directionally strong aspects on the 10th house, and even Venus, your career lord itself, being very powerful transit wise. So that means phenomenal growth can be experienced this month, especially if you're running the right kind of dasha and bhukti, then sky's the limit as to how much can be achieved. If you don't have a job, I highly recommend apply to multiple numerous jobs and give lot of interviews, because a very solid chance you can land a new job with a decent salary and benefits package. This can be a great month for those people, especially in any sort of travel related jobs. Whether it's short distance travel, long distance travel, it doesn't matter. Any sort of travel connected to your job will pay off big time. If I talk about business, on the business front, there will be slight improvement this month because Jupiter will now aspect your business lord Saturn. So that is there. But Mars will also be aspecting your business house and Rahu, creating a sort of Angarak Yoga. So there can be sporadic moments of increase in profits, revenues, but at the same time, there could be sudden chance of losses as well. So you need to be alert, you need to be on guard and avoid getting into new business partnerships this month. Otherwise, chance of those breaking can be very strong. Try to stick more with the status quo, avoid taking any major risky business financial decisions. Again, avoid getting into new business partnerships, new business collaborations, and you will do fine. If I talk about finance, then overall, the financial area is looking to be good for the most part. Again, it is showing more financial gains through your job, through your career. So a bonus, promotion, salary increment can definitely be on the cards. Some monetary dealings with real estate, vehicles, sale of any furniture, any home items can also be there. But overall, finances are looking to be good for the most part. If I talk about health, overall for health, the first 2 weeks is not looking that great at all. Take care of your health. In the last 2 weeks, things will improve considerably, and you can recover and come out of any health issues that were bothering you. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to get into a relationship, the time is not looking that great because the fifth lord is now in the 12th house. Although, if you are maybe chatting with someone in a foreign land, abroad, away from you, at a great distance, then it could maybe work. It could be okay. If I talk about those couples already in a relationship, there can be some ups and downs that you might face this month, some potential misunderstandings. Try to resolve those, try to work at it if you truly care for each other. This can be a great month actually for couples to go on some nice long distance vacations and enjoy their time there. That kind of energy activation will be good. For marriage area, for those people looking to actually settle down and get married, this is not the right month for that. If, I think you should refrain from getting married this month. Mars aspect on the seventh house and on Rahu is not ideal for marriage related events this month. Those couples already married, you know, overall, it will be mediocre, the married life, but definitely try to keep tempers down, try to keep the fire element down, avoid sudden outburst, do some yoga, meditation, pranayam, calm yourself, try to respond and not react to your spouse's words. Try to keep the situation calm and things will work out. Try to do anything behind your spouse's back or any sort of unethical things, it will bite you in the butt later on. So, be on guard and be faithful, be loyal, be transparent, be honest, and communicate. That is the most important. If I talk about education in terms of primary education for those students pursuing bachelor's, high school, the time is looking quite good throughout the month, and you can make great academic progress. In terms of higher education, those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is again looking excellent throughout the month. So you will make very good academic progress as long as you are not distracted or tempted by things. And if you are focused on your studies, on your research, you will do great. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking very much supportive throughout the month. So you can embark on that. In terms of long distance travel journey vacation, the time is again looking great for that as well. Especially if you are in a foreign land and you want to visit back home, it can be a great month for that. If I talk about children, in terms of progeny, for those women looking to conceive, who are desiring to have children, the time is somewhat supportive, you can say, because your fifth lord is in exaltation, it is in a water sign. But still, make sure to verify your natal chart, check your dasha, bhukti, your fifth lord, its placement. All these things need to be verified. For those people already having children, for the most part, your relationship with them will be good, but there can be some sort of formality that might come in the way. You know, it might become a bit more formal. It's not a bad thing, but you need, there could be some potential misunderstanding, so you need to bridge that gap in communication. And even if it's formal, you need to express your feelings, you need to be transparent in the communication to resolve those potential issues. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Leo Simha Rashi friends, and I wish you have a wonderful month of November. For my Virgo Kanya Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first. So, your career lord Mercury is going to be placed in pretty much the third house for the most part of the month. It is its natural house, so a good placement. Here, there are going to be, well, there is one affliction that will be present on your career house, which will be Mars will be aspecting your career house. So, although it is not majorly problematic, I will say avoid taking sudden, impulsive, hasty career related decisions this month. Before you send any email communication, read it twice, thrice. Do not be too aggressive in your communication style. Try to be as polite as you can so that people don't take you the wrong way. And just try to remain with the status quo. Keep working hard, stay focused on your job, on your duties, be respectful to everyone, and you will have a good time professionally. if you follow these basic principles. If I talk about business, overall, the business area is going to be quite fruitful for you this month. Jupiter's transit to the 11th and its aspect on the business house and on Saturn is looking to be phenomenal for overall business growth, being able to, gain an upper edge over the competition, being able to, successfully start paying off any debts connected to your business. Overall, your employees, your subordinates, your business partners will start to provide you more respect, more support, more cooperation. So overall, from these point of views, it is looking to be good. And of course, the financial gains are also seen from business activities. And now, if I come to the finances part, overall, you should have a quite positive month for finances. Your wealth lord Venus will be strongly placed in its own Mul Trikona. Jupiter, as I said, in the 11th house in exaltation, unlocking gains from several different sources of income, especially with business and self venture being a primary source as well. So, overall, a great month for finances. If I talk about health, then overall for health area, the time should be good. I do not see any major concerns as such. Rahu in the 6th house, your ascendant lord fairly transiting well, Jupiter aspecting Saturn. So I think overall, no malefic afflictions are seen as such. Your health should be quite positive for the most part. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to get into a relationship, the time is now looking quite positive. Opportunities will start to present themselves to you. So be proactive and open up yourself to those opportunities. For those couples already in a relationship, the time will be great. Your understanding will increase. You will start to trust each other even more. You will start to depend on each other, and overall, your bonding will grow. And there is a strong chance you might even think of taking the relationship to the next level and even getting married, settling down for good. If I talk about marriage area, for those people wanting to settle down, wanting to get married, they are very sure of that, then it's a great time. It's a good time because Jupiter is now aspecting its own house of marriage, which is the 7th house. And on Saturn as well, the Drishti is there. So if you're running the right kind of Dasha Bhukti, then lo and behold, marriage is definitely on the cards for you. For those couples already married, the time is looking phenomenal. Overall, you will enjoy your married life. It will be blissful and filled with a lot of peace, harmony, and understanding. So enjoy it to its fullest. If I talk about education in terms of short distance travel journeys, or sorry, in terms of primary education for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is amazing because your education lord happens to be Jupiter, which is now exalted in the 11th house. So a lot of gains are actually seen from the education area, primary education. In terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking very good in the first 3 weeks, and even in the last week, it will be quite good. So overall, this entire month is looking great for education, whether it's primary or secondary. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is supportive. Just do not speed and drive your vehicle. Drive with caution. In terms of long distance travel journey and vacation, the time is looking quite good throughout the month. So you can certainly embark on that. Finally, children. For those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have children, the time is now favorable because Jupiter is aspecting the 5th house. But of course, make sure to check your natal chart to verify the accuracy of that. Those people already having children, now you will start to enjoy your time with them, spending time with them even more, and vice versa. They will start to respect you, give you a lot of love, care, affection, and overall, your bonding will grow manyfold during this month. So enjoy it. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Virgo Kanya Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Libra Tula Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first this month. Well, lo and behold, Jupiter, the planet of wisdom, knowledge, learning, is exalted in your career house itself. So, naturally, the blessings are there with your communication, with your bravery, with your confidence, courage, with the ability to being competitive. You will be able to rise and shine in your professional life. People will come to you seeking advice, good counsel, because your demeanor will become very pleasing, convincing, positive, filled with full of wisdom, knowledge. So you will become very charismatic. And that can even help those unemployed people to crack interviews and get the desired job that they are seeking. So plethora of opportunities can present themselves to people even who are looking to change a job, or if you are looking for any internal job switch, that can take place. If you have not got a bonus, promotion, salary increment for a long time, that can happen for you finally. And overall, your prestige, respect will start to increase, rise. And this is a great time to really hone in on your leadership skills and do some certifications, courses, classes to enhance your learning so that you can rise even further in your career. If I talk about business, then overall, business wise, it is going to be a good month for you. Venus aspect on your business house, the business lord being in its own sign of Scorpio, which is Mars. No major afflictions to the business house indicate good growth business wise, whether it's increase in profits, revenues, or whether it is making good business deals, collaborations. But definitely avoid getting into legal, like actual business partnerships. Avoid business partnerships this month if possible, and do not take anyone at face value. If I talk about finance, in terms of finance, the time is looking quite good for you this month. But the first 2 weeks, you might feel a slight slump in the inflow of money, but it will rapidly pick up from the third week on onwards, and it will be amazing for you through the rest of the month. If I talk about health, then overall, health wise, the time is looking now quite good for you this month. Your ascendant lord finally coming out of debilitation, transiting in your ascendant itself. Jupiter's aspect on the sixth house and on Saturn is looking phenomenal for you to recover from any health issues, to even recover from chronic type health issues, and become fit once again. So you will start to feel very healthy this month, and it is a good thing because health is wealth. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to find someone, this month there will be some improvement. So you can be a bit more proactive, but still be on guard, be alert, because Mars will be aspecting the fifth house and Rahu, creating a Angarak Yoga. So do not suddenly jump into a new relationship before properly getting to know that person. Otherwise, there can be a break in the relationship. For those couples already in a relationship, avoid arguments at all costs this month. Do not let small things create bigger issues in your relationship. Otherwise, it can really put a dent in your romantic life, because Mars aspecting Rahu creates a strong Angarak Yoga focused on your relationship area. So be aware of that. If I talk about marriage, for people actually wanting to get married, the time is looking quite good this month. So if your natal chart, Dasha, Bhukti support it, then marriage related activities and events are quite favorable this month. If I talk about those couples already married, who are living in a married life, then it's going to be filled for the most part with a lot of love, passion, romance. But there will be some slight quarrels, arguments here and there as well. So you will need to find the right balance between that. If I talk about education in terms of primary education for those students pursuing high school bachelor's, the time is now going to get a whole lot better for you. So if you study hard, you will do great. For those students pursuing higher education like master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is going to be a bit tough this month. So you will need to really focus hard to be able to get satisfactory results. Avoid getting into conflicts or arguments with your, you know, upper management, with your professors, with your classmates. Be watchful of that. In terms of travel, short distance travel like, journeys or local travel is going to be largely supported, so you can certainly embark on that. Whereas long distance travel, journey, vacation is not supported to that extent. And if you have to embark on major long distance travel, do your proper due diligence, maybe take a good friend or trusted someone with you, it would be better. But if you can avoid it altogether, it will be ideal. If I talk about children, progeny area, for those women looking to conceive, the time is a little better now, but again, not that great either. So you will need to be a bit more patient and wait for a more fruitful time, because Mars aspect on Rahu on the 5th is not ideal as such. Although it can give you an intense desire for having a child, for desiring a child. If I talk about those people already having children, then overall I think it's very important for you to go outdoors, spend a lot of time outdoors with your children, whether it's hiking, playing some sports, any board games, or anything which involves some activity, mental stimulation. Because if the energy is unused, then it can turn to arguments, quarrels, and disputes, which can have some problematic consequences. So I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Libra Tula Rashi friends, and I wish you the best. For my Scorpio Vrishik Rashi friends, let's start with your career area first this month. Well, the first 2 weeks, you will need to be extremely cautious in your career, because your career Lord Sun will be in debilitation. Then, from the third week and onwards, things will improve a whole lot. Everything will change for the better. The first 2 weeks, definitely avoid taking any impulsive, hasty career related decisions. Put those on hold. Avoid giving any new interviews. Avoid applying for jobs. Basically, just put a stop to anything that involves change professionally, because it will not be supported. Your literally fifth, your 10th lord will be in the 12th house of loss, expenses, and that too in debilitation. Not a good transit. But from the third week onwards, as I said, things will improve considerably, and the time will become way more auspicious and supportive for any sort of changes. If I talk about business area, then business area is also going to be somewhat mediocre this month. Well, it depends the type of business that you do. If it is connected to import export to foreign lands, then it can be quite good for you, because your business lord will be in the 12th house in its own Mool Trikon Libra. So the first 25 days, if your business is connected to foreign lands, with dealings with foreigners, different cultures, then it is very good for you. In after 26th of November, the time will be very much supportive for all sorts of business activities, whether domestic, international, local, it doesn't matter. The time will be very auspicious. If I talk about finance, then overall the financial area is going to improve as the month progresses, basically, right? As the month progresses, the financial situation will keep getting better and better. So plan accordingly, try to save as much as you can, especially in the first 2 weeks. It will be better for you. If I talk about health, then overall for health area, your sixth lord is going to be transiting in the ascendant, which also happens to be your Lagnesh, Mars. So, a very good placement. And overall, Jupiter's aspect will also be on your Lagna. So, health wise, the time is looking very good for you. The month should be quite auspicious, and you should have ample energy, vitality to do all the things that you desire. If I talk about love life for single people wanting to get into a relationship, the time is great. Things are going to start opening up for you now. So if you are single, it is a time to enjoy and go out on dates and meet potential matches, because Jupiter's aspect on the fifth house, on its own sign, and on Saturn is looking quite good. For those couples already in a relationship, if there were any pending issues, those will be resolved. You will be back on the same page together, and things will improve between you a whole lot in the coming time. If I talk about marriage, for those people actually wanting to settle down, wanting to get married, the time after the 26th of November will be good and supportive for marriage related events, not before that. And for those couples already married, overall the time will be great. Lot of bed pleasure activities seen. There can be some international travel, vacation, journeys, and overall, besides some minor arguments here and there, married life is looking to be quite blissful. If I talk about education, as in primary education, for those students pursuing bachelor's, high school, the time is starting to improve a bit, but you will still need to focus on really what your goals and targets are, and then only you will do good in your academics. In terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking excellent. And with Jupiter's entry in your ninth house, you will be a force to be reckoned with in the higher education domain. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, the time is looking quite supportive now. And the same can be said for long distance travel journey and vacations. So you can certainly embark on the same. Finally, children, in terms of the progeny area, for those women looking to conceive, who are desiring to have a child, the time is looking very auspicious now due to the aspect of Jupiter on its own fifth house and on the fourth lord as well. So, but you will need to verify the accuracy of that by checking your natal chart, dasha, bhukti, all these factors will come into play. Those people already having children, the time will be very enjoyable. You will spend a lot of good quality time with them. They will be very respectful, obedient, and a lot of good quality time is seen in the relationship with your children this month. So enjoy it to its fullest. So I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Scorpio friends, and I hope you have a great month of November. For my Sagittarius Dhanu Rashi friends, if we start with your career area first this month, your career Lord Mercury will be for the first 25 days in the 12th house, and then in the remaining time, it will move back to the 11th house. So it is pretty much a month to be a bit cautious and on guard. Avoid getting into any office politics, gossiping, arguments, disputes. Instead, stay focused on your duties, tasks, carry those out in a righteous and ethical manner. Accept your responsibility like a matured individual. Be practical, because Saturn's direct impact is also on your career house. So, if you follow these basic principles, you will have a good month career wise. Just avoid taking any sudden, hasty, career related important decisions. The one good thing is if you're currently in your home country looking for a job abroad, then this month can present you with some good opportunities for that, for relocation. If I talk about business, then overall business area, especially import export or anything to do with foreign lands, foreigners, different cultures will be supported. Finance. So in terms of finance, we can see that overall it should be a positive month for you because Venus will be in the 11th house pretty much all month long. So your money flow, your incoming gains will be consistent and strong throughout the month. And your wealth lord is also going to be well placed with the aspect of Jupiter. So financially, you will feel stable than before. If I talk about health, then health wise, the time is looking good in the sense that you can try to recover from any chronic health issues that you might be facing because your ascendant lord will be transiting in the 8th house. So if you need to even get any small operations or anything like those done, then this can be a good time to focus on that because of Jupiter's presence in the 8th house. So you will have some divine protection connected to the 8th house, which is a malefic. Overall, though, your health should get better because 6th lord will be in the 11th house. So the ability to recover will be strong. If I talk about love life for single people wanting to get into a relationship, the time is good in the sense that if you are in your homeland, then to be able to connect with potential matches abroad in foreign lands can present some good opportunities here. For those couples already in a relationship, the time will be good, filled with a lot of love, passion, romance, sensuality, seduction. All these things can play out during this time, but refrain from too much quarrels, arguments, disputes, as those can be on the cards as well. If I talk about marriage, for those people wanting to settle down, wanting to get married, the time this month is not favorable for the same. So I will say it is not a good month to get married, to be honest, because your seventh lord itself will be in the 12th house. For those couples already married, the time will be a mixed bag result. There can be some good passionate moments, but at the same time, there can be some friction and problems as well that can crop up due to the aspect of Mars on the seventh house and on the enemy sign of Gemini. So you will need to work it out accordingly. If I talk about education, in terms of primary education for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is looking excellent as Jupiter will now aspect the fourth house and Saturn. So overall primary education related matters will be fruitful. In terms of higher education for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the first 2 weeks are not looking good. The last 2 weeks are looking mediocre, not great either. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is improving a bit, but again, be focused as to if you really need to travel or are you just unnecessarily making trips. In terms of long distance travel journey vacation, avoid doing that too much this month if possible. Best to refrain from it because the time is not auspicious this month for major long distance travel. Finally, children, in terms of those women looking to conceive, who are desiring to have children, the time is not that fruitful, to be honest. Your fifth lord is in the 12th house. which is a problematic scenario. Although it is in its own sign, still it is not that favorable for progeny area. For those people already having children, overall the time will be good for the most part as long as energy is expended. I mean by, going out on vacations or spending time with your children at the park, picnic, going to the movies, going for a hike, playing some sports. Doing these things will channel the energy of Mars in the right way. So I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Sagittarius friends, and I wish you the best. For my Capricorn Makar Rashi friends, starting with the career area for you this month, it is going to be phenomenal because your career lord Venus itself will be transiting in the career house, and that too in its own Mool Trikon Libra, which means significant growth progress is ensured. You just need to put in your hard work effort, and that will not go in vain. If you are unemployed currently, there is strong chances of landing a new job opportunity that you desire with a great salary and benefits package. So be proactive, open up yourself to these opportunities and give lots of interviews because professionally this month is looking to be quite promising from all angles. If I talk about business, Jupiter itself has now entered your business house. So overall the time is looking great for entrepreneurship, startups, self ventures. With your hard work, effort, courage, confidence, you will be able to take your business to the next level, help your business grab some good opportunities, deals, collaborations, potential business partnerships. Increase in revenue, profits can definitely be there, especially if your business is somehow tied to foreigners, to foreign cultures, to people from different areas, to foreign countries abroad. If there's any link there, then also your business can progress quite a bit. If I talk about finance, overall the time for finance is looking very strong this month because the 11th Lord Mars will be transiting all month long in its own house of finance itself. So gains will be there from all angles, from all directions. You will be able to make money. Although in terms of saving and growing that wealth can be a challenge at times due to Rahu in the second house. So be prudent, be wise, utilize good financial money management techniques, and you will do great monetary wise this month. If I talk about health wise, it is looking good, no afflictions as such. Actually, your ascendant lord itself, Saturn, is getting now the beneficial aspect of Jupiter, which is a huge blessing in and of itself. Your sixth lord is in the 11th house. I mean, what more could you need, right? So your health should be at its peak maximum capacity. Your vitality should be quite strong. Your immunity will be, very strong as well. So overall, great time for health is indicated this month. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to get into a relationship, this month is quite good. It can offer some good opportunities, especially connected through your workplace, through your profession, through what you do for self-employment. So there are different avenues through which you could potentially meet someone. And for those couples already in a relationship, the time is looking quite good, quite beneficial, as your fifth lord will transit in its own Mool Trikona. But there can be some distraction, as in you might be a bit more focused towards your career than to your partner's needs. So you will need to prioritize accordingly. If I talk about marriage, for those people actually looking to get married, this month can offer some great opportunities because of Jupiter's presence in the seventh house, meaning blessings are coming in your house of marriage itself. So the right kind of proposals, alliances can come your way, and it could be from long distance. And for those couples already married, Any pending issues can be resolved with good communication. Basically bridging the gap between the communication can help to clear all misunderstandings and help you be back on the same page together. So overall, a very blissful, peaceful, and happy domestic married life is indicated. If I talk about education, in terms of primary education for those students pursuing high school bachelor's, the time will be phenomenal due to Mars ruling that house being strongly placed all month long. But as long as you're not distracted, because there can be some temptations and distractions on the cards. In terms of higher education, for those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, there will be a lot of burden on your shoulders, a lot of responsibility you will feel. But if you carry it out in an ethical, righteous manner, you study hard, you're focused, you're committed, then you are going to do fabulous in your higher academic pursuits. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking very good throughout the month. And the same applies for long distance travel journey vacations as well. Finally, children, for those women looking to conceive who are desiring to have children, the time is mediocre, not too great, not bad either. You need to verify your natal birth chart to check the accuracy of that. And those people already having children, overall, your relationship with them will be quite harmonious, peaceful, and enjoyable throughout the month. Although there can be some slight minor ups and downs, but nothing too major is foreseen. So I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Capricorn friends, and I wish you have a wonderful month of November. For my Aquarius Kumbha Rashi friends, let's talk about your career area first. Well, this month your career area is going to shine and sparkle because Mars itself, which controls your career house, is going to transit in the career house itself, which it rules, and it will be in conjunction with Mercury as well as Sun in the last 2 weeks. And Sun also becomes Digbali along with Mars in the 10th house. So, a power packed month for your career, for your professional life. It is time to show what you are made of because, overall respect, you will start to command attention. People will, just be drawn to you because of your leadership skills, the way you communicate, and you will just appear to be a very powerful, driven, passionate personality. And if you don't have a job, this is a great time to give interviews. A very, very strong chance you can land a new job around this time. And any sort of job changes, for the most part, should play out in your favor. So very promising month career wise. Business, in terms of business area, the first 2 weeks, not good at all. Be very cautious and avoid impulsive, hasty business decisions. In the last 2 weeks, there will be a considerable improvement. So things will start to play out more in your favor. But still, Ketu, the south node of the moon, is in your business house. So you need to be a bit cautious and not basically take any impulsive, hasty decision. Think things through carefully, and then, after doing your due diligence, take your decisions. If I talk about finance, then overall, the time for finances is looking to improve, get better as the month progresses because your 11th Lord Jupiter has now transited to a Artha house. It is exalted, it is aspecting the second house and Saturn. So, good gain of wealth, increase in savings, bank balance is seen in the coming time. If I talk about health, health wise, the time is looking good. I'm not seeing any major concerns as such. Overall, your attention can be driven a bit towards recovering from any acute sort of health issues, maybe taking the right kind of medications, visiting your doctor, getting a general wellness checkup done. All these things will be quite beneficial. But overall, no major health concerns are foreseen. Just avoid doing anything extreme, as in extreme outdoor adventure activities like skydiving, bungee jumping, rock wall climbing. Avoid doing that this month if possible. If I talk about love life, for single people wanting to get into a relationship, This month can be mediocre for that, not too great, not bad either. Just be proactive, open up yourself, and you never know, you might be surprised. For those couples already in a relationship, there can be some slight ups and downs for the first 3 weeks that you might experience. Then things will slowly get sorted out towards the end of the month. Marriage for those people who are wanting to get married, the first 2 weeks are not good at all this month. The last 2 weeks can be good, depending again. Make sure to verify by checking your natal chart, your dasha, bhukti. If all those factors support it, then yes, getting married can also be good in the last 2 weeks of this month. If I talk about those couples already married, the first 2 weeks are going to be very turbulent for you, filled with a lot of misunderstandings, issues, problems. But the last 2 weeks will provide a great opportunity to resolve all those and get back on the same page together. If I talk about education in terms of primary education for those students pursuing high school bachelor's, the time is looking excellent throughout the month. And the same can be said for higher education like master's, PhD program, postdoc, those students are pursuing. You are going to make excellent academic progress. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking very supportive, and the same can apply for long distance travel journey and vacations as well. So you can certainly embark on the same. Finally, children, in terms of those people having children, the time is looking mediocre. Overall, it should be fine as usual. The relationship with them will be okay. And as far as the progeny area goes, for women who are desiring to have a child, the time is not looking that fruitful this month because the fifth lord will be conjunct with two fire planets, namely Mars and Sun. So it is not going to support that much of any type of ability to conceive, or the progeny area is going to be a bit weak this month. So plan accordingly. I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Aquarius Kumbha Rashi friends, and I wish you all the best. For my Pisces Meen Rashi friends, let's talk about your career area first this month. Well, your career lord, which also happens to be your Lagna Lord, Jupiter, is now exalted in the fifth house. So a great placement, a very progressive one, which can, ensure a lot of gains for you in the coming time. Desire fulfillment, wish fulfillment, realizing your ambitions, goals, desires connected to your professional life is foreseen now. So make the most of it. If you don't have a job, I highly recommend apply, give lots of interviews, as landing a new job is certainly a very high possibility now. If I talk about business, then overall the business area for the first 3 weeks is looking to be good, supportive. But in the last week or so, you need to be very careful and you need to avoid taking any impulsive, hasty, major business decision. You need to put that on hold. And even if you put all your major important decisions on hold this month, it is a wise thing. If I talk about finance, financially, it is going to be a positive month for you because the second lord, Mars, will be quite well placed in the ninth house in the Bhagyastan in its own sign of Scorpio. And your 11th lord, Saturn, will also be placed on your Lagna itself. So money flow will definitely be coming towards you. Your wealth will grow, your savings will increase, and financially, it will be a rewarding month. If I talk about health, then health wise, the first 2 weeks can be slightly sensitive, so take care of your health and do not neglect any health issues, especially of the acute type. In the last 2 weeks, there will be an improvement and things will start to get a whole lot better for your health area. Love life. For single people wanting to get into a relationship, this month will start to present you a lot of good opportunities due to Jupiter's exaltation in the fifth house. So be prepared that you are now going to possibly meet and go out on a lot of dates so that you can find the right match for yourself. Those couples already in a relationship, things will get a whole lot better. If there were any issues that need to be resolved, here is your golden window of opportunity to do that, to communicate, to be transparent, honest, open, and increase the bonding between you and your partner. And this time, you might even think of getting serious. You might think of even taking the marriage to the next level and getting married. And if I come to the marriage area, for those people wanting to settle down, the time is looking good, especially in the first 3 weeks when Jupiter is aspecting your seventh lord. It is looking good. But again, it's very important that you verify your natal chart, your dasha bhukti. They also need to support this. Otherwise, there can be problems. Those couples already married will experience, for the most part, good marital bliss, harmony, and peace, especially in the first 3 weeks. In the last week, there can be some turbulence that you can experience in your married life. Education, in terms of primary education, for those students pursuing high school, bachelor's, the time is looking to be decent throughout the month, you can say. But higher education will be more supported, as in those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc. You will make ample progress in your academics as long as you harness your energy in the right way. If I talk about travel, in terms of short distance travel journeys, the time is looking to be, give or take, good, you can say. But again, do not speed and drive your vehicle, or there can be sudden unexpected event like getting a speeding ticket, or these kind of things. So be very cautious when you drive your vehicle. In terms of long distance travel, journey, vacation, the time is looking excellent. So if you need to make a trip abroad, this can be a good month for the same. If I talk about children, then for the progeny area, for those women looking to conceive, who are desiring to have a child, the time is looking to be very supportive now that Jupiter is exalted in the fifth house itself. But of course, verify your natal chart to get more accuracy regarding this. For those people already having children, this can be an excellent month for you to increase your bonding with them, to spend more quality time, and they will also start to respect you and be very obedient than they have ever been before. And overall, there can be some great learning, exchange of ideas between you and your children, and it is a time for a lot of growth in your relationship. So I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Pisces friends, and I hope you have a nice month of November. All the best.